Hello, everyone, and welcome to Prestonsburg. I'm Kevin Myers, along with P.D. Gearhart, and Adam Gearhart will be joining us in just a moment. Our contest tonight is between the 2-1 Pikeville Panthers and the 1-1 Prestonsburg Blackcats. We've got a good contest on hand for you tonight, P.D. We were able to see Prestonsburg a couple of weeks ago, which in fact I believe was against McDowell, and because of the flu bug and everything, that was the last game that Prestonsburg played. How is that going to affect them tonight?
Well, I talked to Coach Parado. He said it'd be a playing basketball than to be a practicing. I think it'd be good for Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg's got a real quick team, so is Pikeville. I think that's what everybody's down here to see, how they're going to match up. It's just speed on speed.
Okay, we're going to be going down to Adam Gearhart here in just about 30 seconds or so. But looking at Pikeville's lineup back in the backfield, I guess you could say, kind of referring back to football, I guess. But Murray Garvin is back there. J.P. Blair is at center. Tyrone Mullins at forward. And two guards. You have Kevin Lockhart and Tedrick Evangelista. We'll run down the Prestonsburg Blackcats in just a moment. But right now, let's go down to Adam Gearhart. He's courtside with one of the, I believe, the assistant coach at Pikeville.
Thank you, Kevin. This is Adam Gearhart, along with assistant coach of Pikeville Panthers and Garris. And with the basketball season coming out, and you know, you got a couple of games under your belt, do you see this football-oriented basketball team here trying to get in shape for basketball?
That's what we're trying to do. Our philosophy is just run up and down the floor as fast as we can, but under control, and that's the only way we really got an opportunity to get our guys in shape right now. It's kind of hard with two days of practice a week to get them in shape, and it's not like we're trying to bring them in there and just run them to death. We've got fundamentals to work on and a lot of things to do, and so we're just trying to play as fast as we can, but under control, getting up and down the floor.
Yeah, I got to watch your game against Shelby Valley, and you really looked good. I mean, what was that, your first game of the season or second? Second, but really looked like you was in good shape, and I know it's hard to go to state tournament football. It's hard to get the boys in shape real fast for basketball, but y'all look pretty good at this point. And I know I've watched this Prestonsburg team play a couple of times, and they got a real good sideline break. What are y'all going to do to defend that tonight?
Our philosophy is as soon as we shoot, we've got two people back on defense, and if a team's running a sideline break, our half rebounder is trying to get out to the sideline to stop it, and our one guard is usually our man back on D, and his responsibility is to take the other man that runs down the floor, and then everybody else has got to come out there on the quick conversion.
What kind of defense are you going to play against Prestonsburg tonight? Because Prestonsburg, when I watch them too, they like to fire at three-pointer.
We like to play, we like to press. We'll use three different kinds of presses, 2-2-1, man-to-man, and a 2-1-2 press, and then we'll play pressure defense all over the floor.
Well, good luck in your game tonight, and thanks for coming over and talking to me. And I will hope to see you later on in the season.
Thanks, Adam.
Again, this is Adam Gearhart here with Kevin Garris, assistant coach of Pikeville, and we'll send it back up to you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you very much, Adam Gearhart, down there courtside. We'll be talking to him in just a few moments. He's going to be coming up in the booth with us. While we have a chance, we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's contest, Dameron Welding and New Steel Sales, Williamson Memorial Hospital, the folks at Sandy Valley Hardware, Martin Engineering, Brooks Pharmacy, Appalachian Cellular Telephone, Movie Warehouse at Crossroads Plaza, Pick Pack at Stanville, and the folks at Floyd Funeral Homes. So we'd like to thank those folks for sponsoring tonight's contest. PD, we were talking a few minutes ago about this Prestonsburg team. You got a good lineup, two excellent guards. They played excellent against McDowell, and that's John Clark and Corey Wrights. At center, you got Chris Burke. He was a little skittish in that first game, but I'm sure he's going to develop as the year goes along. And at the forwards, you got Joe Witt and Aaron Tucker. Prestonsburg's got a dandy little lineup there.
Prestonsburg sure has. The big boy, as I said, we watched him play McDowell. He really come on from the first game that I seen him play this year. He's going to be an outstanding player before he leaves here. And, of course, John Clark's always been a hitty player ever since he's played, and the Tucker boy, too. And these other boys are small, but they're fast. And what little bit I've seen from Pikeville, they should match up pretty good, because Pikeville's not real big, with an exception of maybe Garvin and I don't know that they've got another big boy there, but I know Garvin got a breakaway dunk up there against Belfry, and he can really get up in there. So I believe it's just going to be, like I said earlier, it's just going to be speed against speed, and there's going to be a lot of pressing, and it'll be some good defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a good contest tonight. We were talking about the flu bug. We've had a couple of games canceled, especially in Floyd County. They've had a lot of classes canceled, which in turn cancels the basketball games and everything. If some of these guys out here have a little spat of the flu, I'm sure that's going to drain them down a little bit.
I'd say toward the end of the game, yeah, it'll show up. I know that we had scheduled to do Betsy Lane and Johnson Central tonight, and Coach Junior Newsom, he wasn't for sure when we talked to him Wednesday whether he's going to play it or not. So, rather than miss another game, we decided to come down here. But I understand they're playing tonight, and that should be a real good contest. Even though Betsy Lane has got, they had about 4 guys out with the flu that missed the game when they went down to McGoffin County and played. But I like to see Betsy Lane come back. They're a young team, but I think they'll be right in the thick of things with the other teams in this district for the year's out.
Okay. We were hoping to get an interview with Prestonsburg's coach, but having a little trouble getting him up this way. Hopefully we can catch up with him a little later on before this game starts. But tell you what, we're going to take a break right now and be back with more pregame festivities in just a moment. Once again, our contest tonight is between the Pikeville Panthers and the Prestonsburg Black Cats. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports. Well, there you see the Prestonsburg Black Cat. The sign says, "This is Black Cat Country, home of the Black Cats." Of course, Prestonsburg is where we are, and our contest tonight is between Prestonsburg and the Pikeville Panthers. And PD, we were talking a few moments ago about this Prestonsburg team. They've been off, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, because of the flu. But they've got a pretty heavy lineup because I believe they play Elkhorn City tomorrow.
Yeah, I talked to, like I said before, I talked to Coach Pardo before the game, and he said they'd rather be playing ball, and they've got Elkhorn City. And then they've got, I think they've got Sheldon Clark coming up. They've got about 4 real tough teams that they're going to play in a row. And I think we've got Elkhorn City's coach down on the floor. Adam's going to have an interview. So
yeah, let's go down to Adam Gerhardt right now.
Thank you, Kevin. This is Adam Gerhardt once again here at WPRG with Coach Randy McCoy of the Elkhorn City Tigers. And as I understand, you have a game down here at Prestonsburg tomorrow. But first of all, I want to know how your team's doing so far early in this season.
Well, we've played a few games that I feel like we've played exceptionally good defense in, but I just don't think we're where we need to be yet. We've lost 2 games. We lost to Feds Creek and Henry Clay in the same week. We played really well against Henry Clay, but still come up a little bit short. And against Feds Creek, they did a great job of offensively controlling the tempo, and we just didn't do what we had to do to have a chance to win the game. But we're 3-2 so far.
3-2, well, that's excellent here in this early season. And as me and you was talking a few minutes ago, this region's wide open this year. And the main thing that you seem to think is that the district's going to be your main problem this year.
Well, I think it's been that way, Adam, since I've been back here 3 years. You know, I felt like we could compete in the regional tournament if we could get there, and we were lucky enough last year to get a chance to play in it. But Belfry, again, is so tough, and Johns Creek and Feds Creek and Phelps, if you're not ready, and I told our kids this early, and we had to go out and see it happen. I wish we hadn't, but if you're not ready every night in our district to go out and play mentally and physically, you're going to get your butt kicked, and that's already happened to us one time. So we got to really prepare each night that we go out.
Yeah, I'd say so with the region. As tough as it is this year, you got to be ready to play every game, don't you?
You know, there's a lot of good teams. Belfry, as everyone says, is a preseason favorite, and they're playing up to that. And the team that I keep seeing is Sheldon Clark. I just think they're an exceptional team, along with Paintsville. But I think after Belfry and Sheldon Clark, I think there's a lot of us that if we could get on a roll and keep improving as the season goes on, we could have a chance to make a run at it.
This is definitely the most wide open I've ever seen the 15th region as long as I've been following it and playing in it. And it looks to be a good year, and I wish you good luck this season, and I'm glad you come down and talk to me.
Thank you very much, Adam.
It's Coach Randy McCoy of the Elkhorn City Tigers, and we'll be back, or Cougars that is, and we'll be back with the tip-off here in a few minutes here from WPRG.
Okay,
back to Kevin.
Thank you very much, Adam. Down there, of course, with Elkhorn City coach Randy McCoy, and he's always had a great basketball team up there at Elkhorn City, PD.
Coach McCoy, yeah, he's got a real dandy player in the Conley boy. I noticed he come in the freshman there last year and had a real good game against us. I see us, Betsy Lane, when Adams playing there last year. And of course he's coming back. I think he's a sophomore this year. He's got 3 more years, and he's a dandy ball player. And other than that, he's got the big Fraley boy, and he's got some real good talent up there. If he ever gets them a clicking, they'll be tough coming into the year.
Well, some of the other games that are going on around this area today, McGoffin County is at Shelby Valley. Mullins is at Fed Creek. Millard takes on Phelps tonight, and Johnson Central plays at Betsy Lane. Now tomorrow night, which is Saturday night, Lawrence County will be playing at Millard, Elkhorn City at Prestonsburg, MC Napier plays at Pikeville, a girls game, Shelby Valley at Tates Creek, and Millard also plays at Pikeville. That's on Saturday. And I believe we've got some games coming up. We got a makeup game, I believe, Monday.
Yeah, I think we're going to, we plan to go and make up the McDowell and Betsy Lane game that we played at McDowell, I'm pretty sure, that Monday afternoon, or Monday night.
And this game, I believe, will be replayed Monday as well. Going to replay it tonight and then again on Monday. So going to have, I guess, Monday next week will be a basketball-filled kind of day. But our contest tonight, as we mentioned, between the Pikeville Panthers and the Prestonsburg Black Cats. Joining us now up here, we're actually set out on the bleachers tonight. All the press box are full, but Adam Gearhart is back from down on court side. We got a brand new wireless mic, and boy, that thing works good.
Yes, that's what you said. I haven't really got the chance to listen to it yet, but we hope it brings it over to the people better, and that's what we got it for.
And PD, one thing we wanted to talk about a little bit is the University of Kentucky Wildcats. WPRG on Telcom Intermountain Cable are going to be able to offer, I guess, Kentucky Wildcat fans some pay-per-view.
It's going to be the first pay-per-view this year, Kevin. Yeah, it's going to be Kentucky versus South Carolina, and that'll be Saturday, January the 4th, and tip-off will be at 7:30. And the price on that's $19.95. If you call now, if you wait till the game day, it'll cost you $24.95. So you want to go ahead and call in so they can get you fixed up. And you can call any of our representatives there at Telcom at 478-9406, 452-2345, or 437-4106, or you can dial our 800 number at 1-800-635-7052. So just call a Telcom representative there if you're interested in that game. And remember, save you $5 if you get in there before game day, and that's again Kentucky versus South Carolina.
Well, shoot, it'll save you a lot more than that. Advanced price $19.95. If you got a family of 4 sitting there, if you take them to the game, it's going to cost you $50 plus gas. So
I hope this ain't something that gets started pretty regular, because I like to watch them, and as I'm sure everybody does, and we could do without that, but you know, that's the only way we can get it in. So yeah, we figure we make it available for the people.
And that's going to be a great service. Folks around here really love the Kentucky Wildcats, and of course their high school basketball teams all around the big Sandy Valley area. Tell you what, we've got about 3 minutes until tip-off, so we'll take another break and be back with more in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
And tonight's basketball game between the visiting Panthers.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone to Prestonsburg. Our contest tonight between the Prestonsburg Black Cats and the Pikeville Panthers. Let's turn it over to Fred James for the starting lineups.
Starting at forward, number 20, Murray Garvin. And at the other forward, number 24, Tyrone Mullins. And at guard, number 32, Kevin Lockhart. And at center, number 34, J.P. Blair. And at guard, number 15, Tedrick Evangelista. The Panthers are coached by Howard Wallen. And for the Prestonsburg Black Cats, starting at guard, number 14, John Clark. And at guard, number 11, Corey Wrights. At center, number 20, Chris Burke. At forward, number 4, Aaron Tucker. And at guard, number 21, Joe Witt. Black Cats are coached by Gordon Parado.
Alrighty, there you have the starting lineups for both teams, the Prestonsburg Black Cats and the Pikeville Panthers. And that was Fred James there. We appreciate him for giving us the starting lineup. And fellas, I guess all we can say, we'll start off with Adam. It's going to be a good contest tonight.
Yes, I believe we're definitely going to see a fast-paced game and plenty of three-pointers shot. It's going to be an exciting game to watch.
Quick.
Going to be a quick contest up and down the floor. We're about ready now for tip-off here on WPRG TV5 Sports. We appreciate you for joining us tonight. Hope you're having a good pre-Christmas holiday season. And no better way, I guess, to begin the holidays than keep it right here on WPRG TV5 for the best in high school basketball action. Kevin Myers, Adam Gearhart, and P.D. Gearhart, and this game is underway. The Prestonsburg Black Cats come up with it, and that's John Clark taking it down, and the shot is missed, rebounded.
They didn't waste no time putting up the three-pointer, and both teams here seem to be pretty evenly matched in size.
There's Aaron Tucker with it. Throws down inside to Burke. Burke tried to make a move toward the basket, couldn't do it.
That was putting on the defense for sure.
Steady defense. Aaron Tucker with the three-pointer. It's good.
And again, that's 2 attempts already by Prestonsburg. Pikeville's going to have to put a good defense on that.
And
Tucker like to turn that ball over, like to got it, like to made a turnover. Pikeville inbound.
And that'll be number 32, Kevin Lockhart. Throw the ball inbounds. Throws it down inside to Murray Garvin. Takes a little 5-footer. It's no good. Rebounded, put back up, no good. Rebounded by the Panthers again, put up no good. Murray Garvin tried to get it, but he couldn't come up with it. But the Prestonsburg Black Cats do.
I tell you, Pikeville or Prestonsburg's going to have to be better on the boards than that, because eventually they'll fall for Pikeville.
Burke took the shot. It was no good. And it will be Pikeville Panther ball.
Tell you, it's Tyrone Mullins. Whenever I watched him against Shelby Valley the other night, he really impressed me. He's a pretty good player. He's got a good shot. It's number 24 for Pikeville.
Tedrick Evangelista inside to Garvin. Garvin bobbles the ball around, tries to go for the shot, and he draws the foul. I believe Burke will be called for that one.
Tell you, that'll be a big part of Pikeville's game here tonight, is dishing it down into Garvin. And if he gets Burke in early foul trouble, Prestonsburg could be in trouble.
I noticed when they was playing Belford the other night, they were working in there at Garvin. He's got good jumping ability. He can put it in hoop for Pikeville.
Well, Garvin's on the line right now. First shot is up, no good, but he gets a second one. Our score is 3-0. The Prestonsburg Black Cats off of a Aaron Tucker three-pointer. They're up right now.
That foul on Aaron Tucker?
No, that was Burke.
Burke
called for the foul. Black Cats having trouble getting it across half court, but they do.
I'm surprised Pikeville's putting on the full court press this early in the game, but that's what they're known for.
Well,
that was number 21, Joe Witt, trying to drive for the basket and tried to dribble, walk a little faster than he was dribbling, I guess.
Yeah, he kind of took off running before he dribbled the ball. Just don't work nowadays.
First turnover for either team.
Kevin Lockhart with the ball now. Over to Garvin. Garvin in three-point land. Makes a move toward the basket. Shoots a little 8-footer. No good. Rebounded by Prestonsburg. John Clark with it. Makes a strong move toward the basket in traffic.
Oh.
Tried to throw it into Burke, but I don't think Burke knew that he was going to try to pass it to him. Maybe an alley-oop type thing, but Burke just didn't read it.
Clark had the right idea that time, because Burke, if he would have caught it, he would have had a wide-open lay-in.
Evangelista with the ball for Pikeville. Through the legs. Boy, he tries to go in big
got
time
in trouble that time.
Traffic. Shot put up there by number 34, Steve Kretzer.
I tell you, J.B. Blyer puts that offensive rebound back in. He's been a force on the offensive board so far.
Prestonsburg back on their side of the floor now. Joe Witt with it, down to Aaron Tucker. Trying to find Burke open inside. Can't do it. There's a pass down inside to Clark, and he hits the floor.
I tell you, J.P. Blyer is just muscling Burke around right now. Burke is going to have to get more physical in there if he's going to get the ball.
Foul is on number 32, Kevin Lockhart, his first, team's first.
As you heard there, Lockhart draws his first foul. It's the team's first foul, I do believe. And John Clark on the line for two, makes the first one.
Tell you, Clark, he's one of the better free throw shooters on this Prestonsburg team. He's a really good free throw shooter.
Second shot is up and good. Pikeville in a hurry now. Evangelista to Garvin. Looking inside, can't find anybody. There's a pass inside to J.P. Blair, couldn't get it. J.P. Blair, you think of him and you think quarterback.
Yes.
First turnover Pikeville's committed so far in this early game.
Aaron Tucker passes cross court for Prestonsburg.
Tell you now, Pikeville's defense is starting to crack down on Prestonsburg now. And Clark, oh, what a shot.
Nice shot by John Clark.
That was a nice one, definitely.
That's number 24 into the game, Sean Down.
Ooh, good defense by
for
Clark.
Pikeville. Aaron Tucker comes up with it, but to almost throw it out of bounds. They throw it back inside to Tucker, though. That's good. Good heads up there by Aaron Tucker. Catches it before it goes out of bounds. Clark with it, down inside to Burke. Puts up the shot off the glass.
Ooh.
Nice shot.
It's a good post by Burke that time. That time Garvin was on him, and he just posted up and went in for the lay-in.
Evangelista takes it down inside. Passes back out to Murray Garvin from top of the key. 3-point, no good. And Prestonsburg comes up with it, but they turn it back over. Murray Garvin gets it.
Good try by Wrights that time. Good hustle.
Good defense again by Aaron Tucker, but Panthers come up with it again. J.P. Blair with a little hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Aaron Tucker. 9-3 our score. The Prestonsburg Black Cats on top of Pikeville.
In this game so far, it's really turned out to what I figured it'd be.
John Clark, a long three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Tucker, put up and good.
What I was saying, both teams really aggressive on defense, and they're pushing the ball up and down the court.
Tedrick Evangelista with the ball, looking to move inside. There's a pass.
Ooh, good.
Dish off to J.P. Blair and blocked by Aaron Tucker.
What a block.
He was all over him.
Tell you, the last game we done, Tucker got several blocks.
He had
He
about
did.
6 blocks, if I remember right. He's already blocked 2 shots.
There's a shot by Clark, no good. Rebounded by J.P. Blair. Down court pass to number 32. It's up and
and a
good.
foul.
That's Kevin Lockhart.
Fell on John Clark, I believe. Huh?
Kevin Lockhart kind of snowbirded that time and got the easy layup, and then got kind of hacked on the arm there a little bit. Who was foul on that time?
John Clark.
Good by Lockhart. He'll go to the line for one shot. In the lineup for Prestonsburg, number 23, Jason Crisp. Number 33, Eric Sitzer. And number 25, James DeRossa.
Prestonsburg kind of mass substitution early here
And
in
for
this game.
Pikeville, number 11, Keith Lockhart. Number 23, Todd Smith. And number 33, Matt Adkins.
There you have the substitutions. 11-6 our score. Prestonsburg on top of Pikeville. Got a lot of substitutions. James DeRossett is in there.
Tell you, there's that mean Panther full court press. It's giving Prestonsburg just a little trouble getting it up the court.
These new players in here take them a few minutes to get adjusted to what Pikeville's putting on them. But
It'll take us a
still
little
lot of
time to get
quickness out
adjusted.
there.
That's Crisp with the ball. Crisp to Clark. Clark passes down inside, off the glass. Shot is good. Eric Fitzer.
Tell you, that was dandy
Puts up the
position
shot.
that time.
Pikeville back with it. Todd Smith makes a move toward the basket, almost walked, almost threw the ball away too. John Coates. There's a shot, air ball.
Missed
That was
everything.
Tyrone Mullins on the shot. Clark drives toward the basket. What a pass behind his head. Crisp with a three-point shot, no good. That didn't even draw iron. Hit the backboard, but didn't draw any iron. Clark over to Wrights. Wrights back to Crisp, top of the key. Tries to move inside under a lot of pressure from Pikeville. James DeRossett with it.
Another
Shot
big
there.
three-point land. That was right that time.
Yep. Pikeville right down the floor, puts up the shot, a little 8-footer. That's number 35, Matt Adkins.
Fell on that.
Tell you, when you take a little shot from right there about 6 foot out, you got an angle like that, use the backboard.
Foul is on
Most
number
likely
33
it'll be
for
the better
Pikeville, Matt
option.
Adkins, his first, team second.
13-6 is our score.
And for Pikeville,
Prestonsburg
32,
out on
Kevin
top of
Lockhart.
Pikeville. Crisp takes it cross court for the Black Cats. Clark
Hey, Fitzer's posting hard in our number 33 for Prestonsburg.
Got the ball.
Oh, nice move. Man.
Strong move.
I tell you, he's been posting hard and it's paying off for him early in this contest.
Eric Fitzer. There's a pass down inside. Nice move. Drive toward the basket. That was Matt Atkins. Clark.
Yeah, he had to move, just couldn't get the basket to fall.
Clark quickly back down the floor again for Prestonsburg. Tries to pass it inside, draws the foul, and that's number 11, Keith Lockhart for Pikeville.
Tell you, that foul was really unneeded there because all the other Panthers had their men covered pretty well. He should have just kind of got on him, and because he was had him pretty well covered.
Clark on the line for 2 shots.
Clark will be on the free throw line.
Didn't have nobody breaking out for him to relieve him. He went up with the ball and didn't have nowhere to go but to go. Luckily, he got fouled.
First shot is good. We've got a minute left in the first quarter of play. Second shot is up. No good. Rolls off the rim. Pike will quickly back down the floor. Three-point shot is up. No good. That was number 32, Kevin Lockhart, with the attempted
He
shot.
just about got fouled on that.
That one looks awful flat here early part of the game. Playing good defense, but they can't hit the bucket.
Wrights.
Turnover.
He walked.
And for Prestonsburg,
Yes, it's really
number 3,
surprising.
Scott Stevens.
Score of 16-6 right now. That
Number 21
Pikeville's
for
come out this flat
Prestonsburg,
early in this game, but
Joe Whip.
I'd say they'll loosen up before this thing's
Number
over with.
34
We'll see a game.
for Pikeville, J.P. Blair.
Well, they're down by 10 points right now. 16-6 our score. Only 36 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Crisp walks. No. Drew a foul. Looked like he may have stutter stepped there.
I think he took a knee there when he tried to go down the baseline.
Trying to knee him out of bounds
That
or
was on
pinch
Keith
him off there on
Lockhart,
the
his
sideline.
second, team's 4th. Tyrone Mullins in for Pikeville.
Crisp will throw it inbounds for Prestonsburg.
Oh, that was just about a walk there.
Who is number 3? I don't have a number or name for him.
He just come in the game for Prestonsburg. I don't have his number either.
There's Crisp. Takes it in traffic.
Well, he tried to take it in the tall timber there and just wouldn't know where to go.
And that was kind of close. It looked like he may have been able to draw a foul on that, but the referees didn't see it that way. But it is Prestonsburg ball still.
That's charged.
That's a walk.
Walk.
That was number 33, Eric Fitzer, with the ball. Try to make a power move toward the basket.
Should have
Just
went
couldn't do
straight
it.
up with it. Took a little jump shot. Instead, he tried to put the ball on the floor and didn't do him too good.
Shot is up and good. That's number 33,
Matt Atkins.
Matt Atkins.
At the end of 1, Pikeville 8, Prestonsburg 16.
Well, that does bring it into the first quarter of play. Our score is 16-8. The Prestonsburg Black Cats on top of the Pikeville Panthers. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
In the second row of the University of Kentucky versus Eastern Kentucky University.
Pines are a little rough.
All righty, welcome back, everyone. And getting ready to start the second quarter of action here. 16-8 our score. Prestonsburg out on top of Pikeville.
Prestonsburg's really handled Pikeville's full court press to this point.
They've been able to slow down the tempo a little bit too.
Pikeville trying to work the ball in a little bit more than Prestonsburg is.
There's a shot, 3-point, good. That's number 24, Tyrone Mullins.
He and I was talking about Tyrone Mullins' shot. He puts plenty of arch on. It's a good-looking shot.
16-11 now. Crisp, 3-point shot, up, no good. Rebounded by Tucker.
It's good offensive rebound by Tucker. Dandy position on the offensive board.
Tyrone Mullins over to Atkins. Atkins down on the left wing to Lockhart. Mullins tries to get a shot off, just can't get through it. Lockhart trying to get some offense going here. Trying to get something going inside.
Prestonsburg's playing good defense right now.
There's a shot from top of the key, just inside three-point land. Todd Smith.
See, that's what Pikeville needs to do more, is work the ball around like that. They're getting good shots now. It's a foul right there.
Here's Matt Ekins.
Just try to get a little too aggressive and wouldn't lay him around the baseline, kind of got him out of bounds.
Foul is on number 33, Matt Atkins, his second, team's fifth.
We're in the second quarter of play. 18-13. Tedrick Evangelista back into the contest for the Pikeville Panthers. Crisp out top.
Ooh, Burke.
There's the
good
pass
position.
into Burke. Draws the foul before he was able to put up the shot, or he may have been in the process of shooting.
Tell you, if he keeps getting positioned like that all night, they can feed it in there and get some of the Pikeville players in serious foul trouble if they don't watch it.
So that was J.P. Blair's first foul.
Well, we got our numbers mixed up, I know that.
Crisp will take it out of bounds for Prestonsburg. Almost deflected there. Shot is up, no good. Pikeville rebounds, but there's a scramble for the ball. J.P. Blair comes up with it. Tedrick Evangelista drives the lane.
Oh, Lord,
Michael Jordan shot there, wasn't
yes, it was. I like that.
Had a lot of hang time, just couldn't get it to fall.
Burke pulled off a big rebound there.
Ripped it off the boards.
Aaron Tucker throws down inside and just overthrew Burke again.
Again, good position, but the pass just a little too high for Burke.
They're going to get that going one of these times and just really blow somebody out of here. Because Burke's a big man down inside there. There's a drive inside, no good.
Shot.
That was a shot by, I believe, Tyrone Mullins.
Good play by Evangelista that time. He heads up play, he threw it off the Black Cat defender's chest.
Evangelista passes inside. There's a drive toward the basket, deflected in there. Crisp comes up with it.
Good deflection defense by Witt that time.
Aaron Tucker with it, top of the key. Passes over to our mystery player, number 3, Scott Stevens. Tucker back with it on the right side. There's a shot up from three-point land, no good. That was Joe Witt on the attempt. Tedrick Evangelista for Pikeville takes it all the way down inside.
It's deflected by Burke, big block.
Burke got tip of his fingers on that one, I believe. Crisp with it. Back over to Witt. Witt puts up a three-pointer, no good. And I believe Aaron Tucker went over the back there.
Witt got a good shot that time. He got time to set his feet, but just a little hard off the back of the rim that time.
And Tucker went over the back of Tyrone Mullins. So Pikeville will take it out under Prestonsburg's basket. 5:12 left to go in the second quarter play. 18-13. Prestonsburg out on top. There's Evangelista. He's quick, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I tell you what's really surprised me. I figured Pikeville would be running the ball more in Prestonsburg, but that's not the case. Garvin kind of
basket by Murray Garvin,
slowing things down.
Murray Garvin with the two-point shot. Crisp with it for Prestonsburg now. Passes inside. There's a cross-court pass to Tucker. Tucker drives toward the basket, puts up a little 5-footer, no good, and batted out of bounds, I believe, by Burke there, so it will be Pikeville ball.
Burke's got to watch it right there. That was just about a big mistake by Burke going over the back like that. Could have been another foul.
Used them long arms, he just reached right over top of it. Flipped it out of bounds.
Kevin Lockhart brings it cross-court for Pikeville. Mullins with it. And got a foul away from the action.
It's an offensive foul.
As Kevin Lockhart.
Foul is on number 32, Kevin Lockhart.
Got frustrated with the close defense and pushed off on his defender.
The Black Cats will shoot the bonus.
So Prestonsburg now in the bonus, so Aaron Tucker will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
This Prestonsburg team's known to be a good free throw shooting team, and if you're going to win in basketball, you got to make them free throws.
Tucker's first shot is up, no good, off the rim, and knocked out of bounds by the Prestonsburg Black Cats. That was number 11, Corey Wright's got his hand on it. Lockhart will bring it up for the Panthers. There's a pass down inside and stolen. Murray Garvin let that one go through his hands. Tucker comes up with it. Crisp with the ball now, looking to get something going. There's a pass inside to Tucker. Off the glass, rolls around. In.
I tell you, he just turned around, put that in Garvin's face that time.
Danced the old rim that time.
He had to take that high off the backboard.
Walk.
Oh.
Murray Garvin tried to make a move toward the basket.
Well, that's just the 5th turnover for Pikeville. It's unbelievable.
33 for Prestonsburg, Eric Fitzer. 33 for Pikeville, Matt
Looked like Icky Woods that time. Kind of shuffled the feet there a little bit before he took off.
I believe he thought he may have been still playing football.
Yeah,
because it looked like a football shuffle.
Yeah.
He's going out for the pass, but nobody throw it to him. Crisp with it. Going to take a cross court for the Black Cats. Throws it down inside to number 14, Clark. Over to Tucker. Tucker will
walk. They walk. I tell you, that's the way they've always been, though, the refs. As long as I play basketball and stuff early in the season, they're real tough on that walk call.
Want to break you from it early, I guess. Pikeville brings it up court.
Ooh, good pass. That was really unselfish of Lockhart that time. He was wide open for a little 8-foot sideline jump shot and then dished it in there, and I believe
foul is on Eric Fitzer, his first
Eric Fitzer with the foul.
So number 11, Keith Lockhart, I believe will.
I've missed a foul somehow because I had that for their 15 foul.
Matt Atkins throws it in to, that was number 34, Stephen Kreutzer.
J.P. Blair.
Oh, was that J.P. Blair?
Yeah.
Got another number wrong.
Foul is on Eric Tucker.
Numbers kind of messed up a little bit. That was a good move by Blair that time. He got the ball and did a spin move in the paint, and then got hacked on the arm. So 2 free throw attempts for him.
So Blair will be on the line. First one up, no good, but he'll get another one. I believe he's only a junior this year, isn't he?
Yes, I do believe he
back
is.
Next year for the Panthers football and basketball both. Second shot off the rim.
He needs to put a little more arch on that shot. He looked a little flat on them too.
Well, the Panthers are down by 5 at this point, 20-15 over.
That was a walk.
He might have got away with a walk right there.
Here's a little bunny hop.
Aaron Tucker with it, top of the key. Clark. Back to Tucker, inside to Burke. Burke puts up the shot.
Fitzer.
Oh, is that Fitzer?
Hey, Fitzer is really looking good out there tonight. Strong moves by him.
Drive to the basket, up and good.
Basket by
Tyrone Mullins. They bring it up the floor real quick again. Three-point shot is blocked.
Just about a foul, though.
Corey Wright, you don't see him shoot many of those shots like that.
John Clark.
They got him that time. The first one was good and non-call, but that was a little too obvious there.
Is that on Smith?
Yes, I do believe it was. Number 24.
Foul is number 23, Todd Smith.
No, Todd Smith.
His first foul. James DeRossa, 25, in for the Black Cats.
Pikeville's coach down there having a little conversation with the referee.
I believe he's a little frustrated right now. Pikeville not just behind by 5 points at this point, but they really played a little flat for the Pikeville Panthers.
Clark on the line. First one's up and good.
John Clark on the line.
Of course, again, the point you got to look at is they're just coming about 2 or 3 weeks off the football, and they haven't had really time to get in shape yet, I'd say.
They've not had time to adapt either. I'm sure it's a big transition from football to basketball.
Another turnover.
A lot more conditioning.
You know, I've heard that a lot, but I've always seen that these real talented athletes don't have much problem with converting from football to basketball.
Just got to pick up new plays. A totally different game, I guess.
But
That's a good move.
It's looking
Boy, with
good
the left
tonight.
hand.
Fitzer is coming in there showing his stuff. Panthers back with it. Drive toward the basket.
And he's stolen
by Fitzer.
Boy, he's on fire.
Corey Wrights.
That's
Over
it.
to Clark. Clark puts up three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Prestonsburg. Shot is up and no good.
Fitzer
That was
over
Wrights.
the back.
Wright's on the attempt, no
He's
good.
just the wrong place at the right time.
If Clark's open from 40 foot, you can just about tell that he's going to shoot the ball. He's fired it up for
Foul on number 33, Eric Fitzer, his second.
Fitzer's second. Well, picked up extra foul here for Petersburg. I don't know who it's on. So that's 6 foul.
For Pikeville, 32, Kevin Lockhart, and 20, Murray Garvin.
There you see the
For
Pikeville Panther
Prestonsburg,
cheerleaders
20, Chris Burke in the lineup.
doing a fine job tonight. And Doug Corstangi, I believe, there with
Number
WYMT
21, Joe
TV.
Witt.
So, Doug, if you're watching, hey. Good fella. Doing a good job over there. WYMT's Big Sandy Bureau, across from the TV5 studios. Adkins throws it over to number 23, Todd Smith. Mullins drives the basket, a little 3 or 4 footer, and he shot that. He was in air, had a lot of glide time.
Yeah, he
on
did.
that one.
Ooh, just about steal.
Clark with the ball. Joe Witt with it now. Throws over to
Burke
Corey
wide
Rice.
open. Right there, he's
There's
wide.
Burke down inside.
He's going to have to make a move from there.
Picked off by the Pikeville Panthers.
Oh, he should have took it himself.
Kevin Lockhart tried to put it up, bobbled it away. Murray Garvin picked it up. Couldn't make the shot, but he does draw the foul. And he'll be on the line, I believe, for 2.
Foul on number 11, Corey Wright.
Again, Lockhart showing he's very unselfish out there. Maybe tried to dish it off to Garvin that time when he had a wide open layup.
On the line, Murray Garvin for 2 shots.
First one dances the rim and falls. 26-20 our score. A minute left to go in the second quarter. Prestonsburg still on top by 6. Make that 5 now.
Oh, that was a
Double
goal.
dribble. Double dribble. Another turnover for Petersburg.
Pikeville's got an excellent chance to get right back into the middle of things before halftime.
Tyrone Mullins with it. Todd Smith takes the shot, no good. Rebounded by Clark. 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Clark tries to go inside, almost walked again. Clark puts it up off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts up a shot, no good, and does draw the foul.
That's a good block that time by Garvin. I believe if it's going to call a foul, it might have been the first one, but I couldn't see a foul in that neither because he was really just falling into the defender that time. It's really out of control.
Clark stayed with it. He just got his own rebound and tried to fire it back up. He was out of control from the top of the key on in. He kept with it.
Clark's first shot is no good. He gets another one. Somebody's got an air horn in here too. That sucker is loud. They didn't blow it
Yes, it
that
is a
time.
little piercing.
All righty, Tyrone Mullins with it over on the right side of the key. There's a pass into Lockhart. Lockhart looks to go inside.
That's a good look. Oh, what a shot. Should have took it up his left hand there.
Fell on Burke, I believe.
Foul is on number
2-0
20,
Burke.
Chris Burke. That's his second
His
foul.
second foul.
So I'd say they
On the line
might
for 2
ought to
shots, Murray
try to get him
Garvin.
out of there here
In
with
for
18
Pikeville,
seconds
Keith
left
Lockhart
because they
for
sure don't
11.
want that third foul here in the first half.
Murray Garvin will be on the line for 2. Makes the first one. 22-27. Prestonsburg still out on top. Garvin makes his second one. Prestonsburg going to try to bring it on up the court quick.
Wide open under goes Burke.
Oh, just overthrew him again. Boy, they must think he's a tower or something. They've overthrown everything they've tried to get to him tonight. Corey
They've done
Rice.
that several times, haven't they?
That's Corey Wright's second time, and Aaron Tucker did it earlier. Kevin Lockhart puts up the 8-footer, no good.
Ooh,
Rebounded.
good rebound by Keith Lockhart.
Or I don't know. We had 7 attempts, so this could be
23, Prestonsburg 27.
Well, that does bring it into the second quarter, and it's halftime now. The Prestonsburg Black Cats still hold a nice little lead, 27-23 over the Pikeville Panthers. We'll take a break and be back with some halftime festivities in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Okay, we're back at the Prestonsburg Field House. This is P.D. Gerhardt. We got Kevin Myers down on the floor with everybody's good friend Joe Back with Floyd County Funeral Home. He's a basketball addict, you might say, and we want to get a few words with Joe, so take it on, Kevin.
All righty, thank you, fellas. P.D. Gerhardt and Adam Gerhardt, and joining me now is Joe Back with Floyd County Funeral Home. Joe, what's going on? I've seen you quite a bit, but we haven't seen much of you on the TV lately, I guess.
Well, that's right. You know, back in the summer, I went home for a couple of months, I guess you could say, and things, I guess, more or less, just to be honest, didn't work out. So I came back to what I now call home, Floyd County, and, of course, calling the ball games for Q95 on the radio. And, of course, we work a lot together with Channel 5. And more or less, we cover all the same area of sports that you all do, the basketball and football, and right now we're in the middle of the basketball schedule.
Okay. Explain a little bit about Floyd County Funeral Home. I know you all, thank goodness, for helping sponsor some of these basketball games. Explain a little bit about the operation up there.
Well, Floyd Funeral Home is owned by Larry Burke, and I'm just an employee there. His daughter, we're both licensed, and we take care of the funerals that come in through at the Prestonsburg there at Water Gap. And you know, I worked for Hall Brothers there for about 6 years, and when I came back, they'd already replaced a man with me, so I just got a job with Larry there at Floyd Funeral Home in Prestonsburg, and now between that and the radio station, I guess I'm staying pretty busy.
And speaking of the radio station, we mentioned a moment ago that, of course, you probably remember Joe from a couple of years back. I guess last year did the football and basketball games here on TV5 WPRG. Went away, you're back now, and besides being at Floyd County Funeral Home, you're with WQHY
Radio, that's Q95 Radio. Of course, we worked together. We teamed up and had the Eastern Kentucky Network when we did the state tournament. I've been doing ball games now for about 4 years, and that's sort of a hobby. I enjoy being around the kids more than anything, and I sponsor the Player of the Week. I hope everybody can look forward to following that in the Floyd County Times. We try to get and name the outstanding Player of the Week. That'll be on the Friday edition, and we want to dwell on all the interest towards the kids, because if it wasn't for the kids, none of us would.
And you were talking about, I guess, doing this as a little bit of a hobby, a side track type thing. That's what Judge Miller Kent Carter, who did some of our football games this past season, we were talking about one time. You know, it's always good to get out, be able to promote the kids a little bit, and that's the way I look at this, and I'm sure that's the way you look at doing basketball games as well. It's a hobby, and it's a way to promote the kids, and they deserve it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I love being around them. If it wasn't for that, I've just got myself. I've not got a relative one here in this county, and when you cover football and you get to meet these fine gentlemen, and you know, I worked with Tommy Boyd last year, and we still go to the ball games, and we have a coaches show on Saturday morning down at the Corner Drug, and we talk nothing but sports at 9:30 to 10. Tune in on that, and of course we put a plug in there tonight on the radio about your all's broadcasts, and that's one thing about Q95 and WPRG is how we work together, and that's what it's about.
Okay. Well, Joe Back, good to have you back.
I'll tell you something else, buddy. WYMT lost a good man, but the coal company, fellas, they got a darn good one when it started representing the Coal Association. They're darn lucky to have you, Dr. Don, PD, and all of them, and wish them all a Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you, boys.
Appreciate you stopping by. Of course, that's Joe Back with the Floyd County Funeral Home. And, boy, we've got all kinds of interviews going on.
What about that?
Fred James with Floyd County Tourism. What's going on?
Prestonsburg Tourism, that's right.
Prestonsburg Tourism,
that's right.
Okay.
Even though, of course, we work throughout the county for tourism purposes here in Prestonsburg and Floyd County. We have a joint chamber of commerce now. We share an office building in downtown Prestonsburg. Right now, of course, tourism, we're preparing for a fine season of Kentucky Opry and Jenny Wiley Theater at Jenny Wiley State Park. We're really looking forward to that. The Kentucky Opry has been performing throughout eastern Kentucky in the last few weeks. they have added some things to their repertoire, and they're really doing a super job right now.
And you talk about Jenny Wiley. That's been a big-time attraction. Folks from all across the state and really all across the country come up here to enjoy the festivities and the beauty and the scenery of Jenny Wiley.
Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, Jenny Wiley, for the facilities that they have, is ranked in the top state parks in the state for tourist attraction. So Jenny Wiley State Park is an asset for us here for tourism, certainly.
What are some of the things, I know you don't want to give anything away, but what are some of the things you may be working on now that we can expect maybe in the spring?
Well, of course, the Kentucky Opry is working on building up the educational programs that will be involved in the Opry, and they're working in the elementary schools and junior high schools in Floyd County now. The founder of the Opry, of course, Billie Jean Osborne, known here to everyone in Floyd County for her musical education programs, will be working in these schools and bringing these kids out for spring musicals and then summer musicals at the theater. So all the parents that are involved with these kids and these programs are certainly going to be proud. We certainly are of those kids this summer at Jenny Wiley Theater.
And I guess it's no secret to say that you've been moonlighting. You do the PA system here during these Prestonsburg home games.
Well, I do. I started this a few years ago. Coach Parado asked me to help with the season about 3 years ago, I believe, and I found myself right in the middle of the 15th regional champ, so it was exciting for me and get a lot of encouragement, and it's a lot of fun to do, as a matter of fact, so I enjoy doing that.
Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate you stopping by and talking to us, and we'll catch up with you later in the season as the season goes along.
Sure, thank you very much. You're always welcome here. You know that.
Appreciate it. Of course, that's Fred James with the Prestonsburg Area Tourism Commission. And also, a few moments ago, we had Joe Back with the Floyd County Funeral Home and WQHY FM 95.5 in Prestonsburg. So we've had a cornucopia of interviews here at halftime. So I believe we got DeAnthony Honaker up there in the stands with Adam Gearhart. You all know DeAnthony. Right now, let's turn it back up to Adam. Adam?
Yes, that's right, Kevin. We have DeAnthony Honaker up here of Pikeville, and big football player back in the Pikeville place. And tell us a little bit about your future football career.
Well, I'm looking forward to going to Kentucky to finish, to play college football and get my degree.
Does Kentucky's style play fit into your style that you played at Pikeville?
Not really, but it's the next level of game. And
yeah, it's the next level. It's a whole big different thing, and we're sorry we had to rush things here a little bit because basketball's getting ready to start, but we wish you the best of luck down there and hope you have a good career at UK.
Thank you.
All right. It's DeAnthony Honaker here on WPRG. Thank you a lot for coming by.
All right.
All right, we're about ready to get back to some basketball action here on the court. And Kevin and my dad, PD, will be joining you here in just a second. I'm trying to cover things, and big Chris Burke just blows the layup. And here Pikeville pushing it down the floor. Matt Atkins starting his second half, puts up a shot, and it's no good. We've got an early foul here in this second half.
Boy, we had a busy halftime.
Yes, we did.
Foul is on number 11, Corey Wright.
3 interviews.
Second, team's first.
3 great guys here in the Big Sandy area. Joe
Foul on
Back.
Corey Wright.
Yeah.
There's Pikeville. They put up the shot. That's number 32, Kevin Lockhart.
Lockhart fires up a 3 early in the second half.
And the Pikeville Panthers pulled it within 1 with that. 27-26 in the third quarter of play. This third quarter, in fact, just underway.
Which Lockhart was that with the three-pointer a minute ago?
Kevin. Number 32. There's another three-pointer. And it's good. Pikeville goes up by 2.
Mullins, if they let him get started on them three-pointers, they're in trouble. He hit a lot of them against Shelby Valley the other night.
There's Clark with it for Prestonsburg. Clark to Corey Wright. Clark takes a shot from just about free throw land and doesn't make it. Almost gets his rebound, but turns it over.
Tell you, Clark's had a rough time getting his shots off tonight. He's had a Panther defender on him every time he goes up to shoot it.
It's the first man in foul trouble, Keith Lockhart, number 3 on him.
Aaron Tucker to Clark.
That was a charge there. He's got 2 out of control that time. He just lowered his head and went.
John Clark, that's his second, team second.
Number 2.
Cross-court pass to Lockhart.
Good
Drives
move.
the basket.
Oh,
Misses the shot. Ooh,
Good
nice
save.
save. Tyrone Mullins tries to go for the shot, doesn't get it. 3-point shot by Lockhart, and got a foul inside
Oh, that's
on the
third
Pikeville
on Clark.
Panthers.
Is that on
his
Clark?
momentum carried him into
One more.
Foul is on Keith Lockhart.
Huh?
His fourth
I must
personal
have been
foul,
away from the
team
ball. I
second.
missed that one.
That's his fourth.
Is Keith Lockhart's fourth?
Keith
Yeah.
Lockhart's fourth.
I don't
And
believe the
for Pikeville
Pikeville
34,
coaches
Blair.
recognized that yet.
Aaron Tucker with it now.
Yeah, he is.
Tucker to
Zeller.
Here's Aaron Tucker with it again.
Ooh, throw.
Cross-court pass to Clark.
Hey, Pikeville's turned
Tucker
their
back with
defense
it.
up a notch. Well, that was on the other Lockhart brother.
3-2.
Foul is on number 32, Kevin Lockhart. His third, the team's third.
It's his third. Both the Lockhart boys in foul trouble. Kevin with 3 and Keith with 4.
This pass inside to Burke, no good. Doesn't get it away.
Who is number
Foul is
35?
on number 35, Stephen Kreitzer. His first, team's fourth.
Got an official timeout on the court.
Hey, and Pikeville's come out early in this second half and took the lead on Prestonsburg.
Back-to-back three-pointer.
29 to 27. That's really a low-scoring game to what I figured we'd see too. Oh, he blew that.
Burke's got to put those shots in. Turn over the pipe.
Ooh, good pass by Wright.
Aaron Tucker.
Excellent pass.
Well, our score is tied now.
Pipe was putting up threes now. They wasn't doing that in the first half as much.
Clark gets a rebound, takes it cross court.
I was wondering why they kind of changed their game, because against Shelby Valley, there's a firing them up.
Yeah, that's what the big boys got to do when they get it in there, too. You've got to stick it in the hole.
That's definitely what he's got to do, and that's just his fourth point of the game. He's going to have to score some more.
You get a walk. Another turnover for Pipe.
In the lineup, 33, Eric Fitzer for Prestonsburg. And number 23, Jason Crisp.
Got Eric Fitzer back in there. He played a
He's played a heck of a game, hasn't he? He's really showed some good
Number
inside
15
moves,
for
some good
Pikeville,
poster
Cedric
moves.
Evangelista.
Now Pikeville back in that tough man-to-man defense again, full court.
That's a push-off for
Yeah.
Fitzer.
It's the second one on the night that he's done like that. I'm not sure what foul that was on him.
It's his third.
Third.
Foul on number 33, Eric Fitzer, his third, team third.
31-29 our score. Prestonsburg got on top. Evangelista down inside. Draws
Down
the
there where he
foul.
didn't want to be, but he had Crisp on him. Then a host of Black Cat players come over on top of him.
Aaron Tucker's third.
Foul is on number 4, Aaron Tucker, his
He
third.
kind of got the
team
breath
fourth.
knocked out of him that time or
Well,
something.
he got up there and he didn't have nowhere to go. But straight on down on Evangelistic.
Got here, something's going on. Get a foul shot on that. Yeah, he did get fouled on the shot. That'd be 2 shots for Evangelista.
Let Tucker sit down for a minute.
We got number 25, James Grossi coming in for Tucker. Maybe he kind of got the breath knocked out of him or something on that foul.
Evangelista on the line, misses his first free throw.
I tell you, that's one thing that looks to be a little slow for Pikeville developing is the free throw shooting so far this season. They've been just a little bit off. Of course, that and all. As soon as I say that, they hit one.
Prestonsburg hasn't burned it up either.
Clark with the ball, brings it cross court. Makes a move toward the basket.
Good
Shot
move.
is up and good.
Good, quick move by Clark in time.
Good block.
Lockhart gets a shot blocked, and it will remain Pikeville Panther ball. They'll take it out on their own end of the court. There's a shot put up, no good. Matt Atkins.
Uh-oh. That's his fourth. That's on Fitzer.
How many does the big boy Burke have?
Foul is on Fitzer, his fourth, team
Burke's
fifth.
just got 2, so I'd say he'll be coming back in.
I was getting ready to say if he was in foul trouble too, Prestonsburg height-wise would be in
There comes Burke.
deep trouble.
Fitzer goes out. Evangelista will throw it inbounds for Pikeville. Trying to find somebody. Throws out top to Tyrone Mullins. He drives the basket. Shot up. Little 3-footer. No good.
Oh, they called that on Blair that time, and I believe Burke might have been over his back. It's kind of a surprising call.
Foul is on JP Blair, 34. That's his second, team's fifth.
He's shooting free throws here early. Still 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Prestonsburg Black Cats still out on top by 3.
Ooh.
Tucker, or that's Clark, with it.
Oh!
On his second attempt, Corey Wrights puts it in for 2 and draws the foul.
See, that could be a big momentum change right there. He got his rebound, he put it back in and got fouled. Big break for Prestonsburg.
So this could turn out to be a 3-point play for the Prestonsburg Black Cats and Corey Wrights.
Gives them a chance to go back up by 6. Tell you, we've had a couple of lead changes here tonight. Quick lead changes at that.
Another missed free throw. This time from P-Burg side.
Oh, Mullins had to change his shot there a little bit and put some big-time arch on it because Birch was coming his way.
Crisp with a shot just inside 3-point range. No good. And John Clark runs the stands trying to get that one.
What's Big Burke back? Guy gets his hand on the ball, but he's just tapping at it, still trying to haul it in. He gets a little bit stronger, he'll get a lot of rebounds.
Yeah. It's good defense by Crisp that time. Kind of back slaps it there.
Driving the basket, no good, as Tyrone Mullins.
He splits the defense good when he gets in the paint, but he just isn't shooting it hard enough. He's done that several times tonight.
He's got a good move going in the middle, but he get called for that a lot this year, walking with that little stutter step.
Yeah, he is. Looks like he might be getting just an extra little step
dragging
in.
his foot just a little bit, but they haven't called it yet, so.
Lockhart will take it out of bounds. Tyrone Mullins gets it, throws down inside, tries to get it to Garvin and throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, might have been just a little close that time.
Crisp runs it up court and looks down inside, saw a lot of traffic and decided to pull it back out, but there's a fight on the floor for it. Jump ball, it will remain Prestonsburg ball.
Yeah, both of these teams are scrappy as they can be. Scrappy, quick. Probably seeing 2 of the quickest teams in the 15th region play here tonight.
Clark with it. Makes a move to the basket. Good.
Little hesitation move and took it right on in the paint and scored.
Looked like he just hooked the man that's guarding him. Just took it right down the middle.
Prestonsburg on top by 7 now.
Oh, he's got 2 or 3 men. Oh, he
Clark.
A couple of men down wide open and he just couldn't get a handle on it.
Shot is up, no good. That's number 3.
That was Scott Stevens for Prestonsburg on that team.
Still with Clark. He's going for the 3-pointer.
Oh,
High ball.
He wasn't set up good for that, and he tried to shoot it too quick.
Boy, John Clark's a hustler, isn't he? He tried to run out there and throw the ball back in. It was way out of bounds, but he still tried to go for it and throw it back in.
He's definitely putting a good attempt on it tonight as he sits out to get a little breather.
Lockhart.
We want to get down to Garvin right
hard.
there.
That's a good shot
That's
right there.
what they got to do. Get back to the ball game here. Get them back in a hurry. There's a turnover.
Garvin in this contest so far has got 9 points. They really need some more point production out of him.
That was full court press is paying off for him now. I think Peaburg's run down a little bit.
Ooh, good move.
Oh,
It's a good cut to the basket.
that's
His
number 3
third.
on him.
Yep. That was a good out-of-bounds play by Pikeville that time. It's a good cut by Garvin.
33, Matt Atkins in for Pikeville. On the line, Garvin for 2 shots.
And Garvin's one of the better free throw shooters on this Pikeville team. Let's see if he can step up and knock a couple down. Nope.
We've still got 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and I think both teams are already in the bonus in the second half.
There'll be a lot of fouls this
We're going to start making these free throws.
Ooh.
Three-pointer, Joe Witt.
Witt steps up and drills a 3. I believe that's his first points on the night. Oof.
Foul is on number 25, James DeRossa, his first, team 7.
So Pikeville going back to the free throw line again. Been there quite a few times tonight.
I believe that's Todd Smith on the line. First shot is good.
It's his third point on the night.
Second shot is good.
Hey, he looked good on them free throws right there. Good for him.
5-point lead for Prestonsburg. Crisp, cross court.
This could be trouble for Prestonsburg right here, this trap.
Crisp gets it back, right side of the key. Man-to-man defense. Burke off the glass, good.
Yeah, he's got to do more of that. That's a good-looking turnaround shot.
Lockhart drives toward the basket, charges. That's good defense on behalf of James DeRossa.
Kevin
Foul
Lockhart.
is on Kevin Lockhart. That's his 4th foul.
So the Lockhart brothers, both of them's got 4 fouls.
A lot of foul trouble on behalf of Pikeville, and we've still got another quarter to go. 1:13 left to go in the third. 42-35, Prestonsburg.
Prestonsburg kind of got a little 1-2-1-1 full court press on there, falling back into man-to-man.
Witt with a 3-point shot, no good.
Hit it from our last time. It's just a little hard that time. Woo!
That's it by Todd Smith.
Todd Smith's getting heated up here a little bit. He's got 6 points. Oh, yeah. Garvin a little too aggressive there that time on Burke. Fouled him out high.
Foul is on number 20, Murray Garvin. That's his 2nd. From this point on, both teams will be shooting the bonus.
So here, third quarter's not even over with, and both teams are already in the bonus. Been a lot of fouling this quarter.
Both teams playing real strong defense. Pressing full court. Both ways.
Ooh, Burke just about got a silly foul there. Good pull-up shot.
At the end of 3, Prestonsburg 42, Pikeville 37.
42-37 our score after 3 periods of play. We'll take a break and be back with more in just a moment. This is TV5 Sports.
Vision coverage by WPRG and WYMT. Also, thank you, WCAT PHS Triad Productions.
Getting ready to start the 4th period now. 42-37 our score going into the 4th quarter. Prestonsburg out on top. What do you expect from the 4th period here, PD?
I believe both teams is worn down quite a bit. I think they should try to slow the ball down a little bit and work it into their big men. Got 2 small men for Pikeville in foul troubles, Lockhart boys, and 2 big boys for Prestonsburg is in sort of foul trouble. So I think Pikeville will be more ready to work it in.
He'll be better off putting it inside, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
There's a shot. About an 8-footer. That's number 23, Todd Smith.
Hey, Smith, he's getting heated up here a little bit in the second half. That's his 8th point on the night.
Clark with it for Prestonsburg.
Prestonsburg.
Oh.
Over.
There's that powerful defense full court. Oh, gosh.
2 turnovers in a row.
Kind of threw it behind Mullins a little bit that time.
I believe Petersburg gets a chance. They'll put up a 3-pointer. There it is.
Yeah, just all he thought about it.
Basket by Tucker.
Come out better for him. That was a good little move in the paint for about a 10-foot jump shot.
Haven't seen him, Kevin. I mean, he's in the tail. I see him all already, okay?
See if Pikeville don't try to work it down to Garvin. There it is.
Basket by Garvin.
What you're going to have to do with Petersburg's big men in foul trouble.
Oh, wow.
Another turnover.
Need to take it at Burke fast here early in this 4th quarter and try to get that 4th foul on him, because the other big man for Prestonsburg is in foul trouble himself. That's Fitzer.
Tyrone Mullins with it, top of the key.
Hey, Tucker and Garvin's battling in there.
Garvin off the glass, no good. Rebounded by number 21. It's Joe Witt. Aaron Tucker with it, over to Clark. Inside to Burke.
Oh, that's a good move.
Little jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Pikeville.
Good baseline move, but he needs to put that shot in. Oh,
J.P. Blair.
Basket by 34, J.P. Blair.
He took a 2, Burke, that time. Couldn't intimidate at all.
Tucker with the 3-point attempt. Good.
3-pointer.
Can't leave him.
Tucker.
Can't leave him open up there. I believe that's his 2nd 3-pointer on the night. 16 points for Tucker.
Well, we got caught again up there. Same kind of foul he had last time. Just doesn't know where to go.
Foul on Tucker.
That's his 4th.
That's his 4th foul.
Well, we haven't had much time to talk to Dr. Don, the general manager of WPRG. He's filming tonight's contest. And Don, give us a recap of when this thing's going to be played back.
Okay, of course, Kevin, we've got this on TV tonight immediately after it's over. We're going to take the tape from Prestonsburg back to the studios at Harrell, Kentucky. It'll be on tonight. And we'll have a second replay of it Monday, this coming Monday at 7 p.m. And, of course, after this game Monday night, we want the folks to stay tuned for that McDowell and Betsy Lane game. And I think that game's going to be played over now. So we'll have 2 basketball games on, starting at 7 o'clock on Monday on WPRG Telecom Cable Channel 5 Sports.
And a new service that Telcom is offering is UK basketball.
That's exactly right. And we've got the University of Kentucky. They're going to be playing South Carolina. That'll be a pay-per-view event. It'll be January the 4th. You can call Telcom or come by the Telcom studios at Harrell, Kentucky on Paulsboro Row and sign up for that today.
Basket by Blair, 3-pointer.
They don't pull out on
Oh, Lord, they caught that a 3-pointer. There ain't no way. That's what they gave him.
Evangelista for the 3, no good.
I'll have to give him a 3 on that.
Rebounded, blocked.
That's a good block.
Burke. Prestonsburg comes up with it. Joe Witt takes it down the court. Over to Clark. Clark drives toward the basket. Dishes out to Witt. And a foul on Tedrick Evangelista.
Foul is on Tedrick Evangelista. That's his first.
First foul for Evangelista.
He's played
He come in, and now he's going right back
On
out.
the line for
he's played
1-1.
quite a bit tonight to only have one
Played
foul.
hard defense, yes. To
Yes,
get his
yes,
first
he
foul.
is aggressive out there on defense.
If they change the rules to help high school basketball any more than this putting the bonus back in, I don't know what it would be. Because it sure makes for a more exciting game, and it makes these guys have to hit these free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, I know last year it kind of made things hopeless in the end of the game whenever you had the two-shot foul. It kind of really took the pressure off teams.
Especially if you're down, you didn't have much of a chance of coming back.
Witt made his first one, missed his second one.
Of course, a three-pointer like that one put you back in.
Tyrone Mullins missed the three-point attempt. Fast break. Witt gets it blocked by Mullins. He deflected that.
What a call.
That looked like a good call to me.
I didn't see that, I tell you.
Prestonsburg's coach down there is pretty upset over that one.
Hey, Petersburg tried to hold it up to draw the foul, and he just went around him and slapped it off in his leg.
It's good defense.
Pikeville on the move.
That's a walk right there. That's the same thing that the other guys have been doing, getting away with all night.
Sky's feet tangled up a little bit that time, didn't he?
That's just the 13th turnover for Pikeville, compared to about 17 for Prestonsburg. So
We got an object flew out on the floor there.
well, John Clark just drills right down the seam, puts it up and in.
Basket by John Thomas Clark.
He's done that all night.
Tyrone
Here,
Mullins with it.
I don't know why Garvin's come outside. He's turned him up on the inside and give him the ball. Right there he is. Oh, they slapped it away from him. Good defense.
Oh, he got fouled. Come on.
Man, Clark was all over him. I think he got a cheap shot right in the face, too.
That was. I believe that might have been just a little bit of a foul there.
Keith Lockhart just elbowed him right in the
Please do not
face.
throw objects on the playing floor. Please do not
What do they
throw
call it, a
objects on
tie
the
ball?
playing floor.
Call that a jump ball?
Yep.
Yeah, there was a scramble on the floor for it, so they just called it jump. Clark with it now, takes it cross court for Prestonsburg on the fast break. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Pikeville.
Pikeville better be getting their things together here because it's getting late in the fourth quarter.
Kevin Lockhart gets a shot
God.
blocked by Joe Witt. Murray Garvin.
Play here.
Murray Garvin with a shot and a chance to add
Mr.
another
Burke's
one.
fourth.
Hey, there've been a lot of fouls in this game tonight. I've never seen so many.
Fouls on number 20, Chris Burke.
Aggressive
That's
play.
his fourth. Basket was good, and on the line for one, Murray Garvin.
53-45 is our score. The Black Cats out on top of the Panthers. 3:59 left to go in the fourth quarter play. While we have a chance, we would like to thank some of our sponsors for tonight's contest. The folks at Floyd Funeral Home, Pick Pack at Stanville, Movie Warehouse at Crossroads Plaza, Appalachian Cellular Telephone, Brooks Pharmacy, and we'll tell you more about some of the other sponsors coming up a little bit later. Clark with the ball now. Clark drives the basket, dishes out to Burke.
Buddy Burke just muscled that in, didn't he, Kevin?
Yeah, boy. Nice shot.
He said, look here what I found. That come right off in his
Fouls
hands.
on number 34,
He
Jason
got an early
Myers.
Christmas present there from
Basket
John
was
Clark.
good. Burke on the line for one shot.
They sure needed that one.
No doubt about that. That kind of
Prestonsburg's three big men in
Look
foul
here.
trouble.
Offensive
Good
rebound, Clark.
10-point lead for Prestonsburg, 55-45. We were talking earlier, Adam, that this is Prestonsburg's first game since that first game at McDowell.
Oh, is that right?
They've not played a game because of the flu since the McDowell game.
I guess so.
Shot is good by Clark. Draws the foul. No.
That was on his own. In the NBA, now that would have been good. But anyways, Prestonsburg, if it's their first game since then, they're definitely not hurt by it a bit, are they? Have not come out flat at all. Looking good tonight.
Tyrone Mullins first. See if John
On the
Clark
line,
puts these
John
free throws
Clark.
in with a 10-point lead.
For 1 and 1.
Clark will be on the line for 1+. 3:25 now left to go in the contest.
You got the three big men for Prestonsburg with 4 fouls on them, Tucker and Burke. And DeRossi, it seemed like that Pike would come down and try to hammer it inside every time down and take advantage of that. And foul one of those guys out.
Missed his second shot.
Ooh.
Kevin Lockhart down inside.
Good
Smith.
pass. Oh, Lord, he blew the layup. J.P. Blair.
They took it inside, but they
That's a backbreaker right there.
Joe Witt with it.
Oh, they tell you these stands are a backbreaker, too.
Three-pointer, no good.
Prestonsburg
Joe Witt.
should be kind of working it around a little bit more right now. They got a comfortable lead.
Murray Garvin, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Pikeville. Back out to Tyrone Mullins, three-pointer, no good.
He puts the
Rebounded by
arch on that ball,
Prestonsburg.
doesn't he?
They need Pikeville some trouble.
Down by 11.
That
56-45.
three-pointer.
Hey, Prestonsburg needs to just work the ball around here, try to kill a little
Yeah,
time.
that's what they're going to do. Coach Parker's wanting timeout. He's going to slow it down a little bit. It's an 11-point lead.
Well, with that in mind, we will take a timeout. This is TV5 WPRG Sports.
Timeout. Black Cats, their first timeout. Remember, at 9:30 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Coach Gordon Peridot Show, and WQHY will be sponsoring the Coach Gordon Peridot Show at the Corner Drug in downtown Prestonsburg. All bleacher creatures are welcome.
2:25 left to go in this game. There's Pikeville Panther coach. What's his name?
Howard Wallen.
Howard Wallen. This is his 6th season as head coach of Pikeville Panthers.
And I'm sure he's emphasizing to his team that they're definitely going to have to get something going here if they're going to come back in this contest.
Aaron Tucker will take it out.
Ooh, just about over and back.
Joe Witt. Tedrick Evangelista gives the foul.
Not a good man to foul either.
His second foul and put John
Foul
Clark on
on
the
number
line.
15, Tedrick Evangelista. That's his second foul. John Clark on the line for 1 and 1.
John Clark's been sent to the line 9 times tonight. He's converted on 7 of those. So, pretty good free throw shooting from him tonight.
11-point lead still by Prestonsburg. 56-45. First shot by John Clark is good. 2:18 left to go. Second shot up and good. Kevin Lockhart brings it up court, drives toward the basket, loses the ball, dishes out, and it's blocked by Aaron Tucker. Put back up by Lockhart, and I believe he drew the foul. That'll be Joe Witt committing the offense.
I believe that's his first foul.
That was on number 21, Joe Witt. That's his first.
Tell you, He's played a lot of ball, too.
On the line,
Prestonsburg has really come out tonight, and they've done what it took to get in this shape right now. They're in good shape to win this game tonight if they keep it up.
Well, I think we need to take a little time to say hi to the bleacher creatures over on the other side. They've been kind of wild and vocal tonight. They do a good job cheering on this Prestonsburg team. I'd like to say hi to those folks who are watching the contest tonight. Got a walk down on the floor. Aaron Tucker turns it over. There you see the sign, the bleacher creatures.
That's 18 turnovers for Prestonsburg.
Prestonsburg's got more turnovers.
Powell just had 13.
Still, yeah, Prestonsburg in a better shape.
Inside to Garvin, up off the glass, good.
Basket by Garvin.
And the Pikeville Panthers call a timeout. 1:56 left to go in the contest. 58-48 our score. This is TV5 WPRG Sports. Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Less than 2 minutes left to go in this game. 10-point lead by Prestonsburg over Pikeville. Aaron Tucker will take it out after a timeout. by Pikeville. Tucker into Clark, back to Tucker.
Ooh,
Full court pressure. They turn it over. Pikeville comes up with it. There's a pass inside to Lockhart. Puts up a 4-footer, no good. Knocked out of bounds. No, I thought it was out of bounds. It looked like
Oh,
it.
he got fouled.
Garvin, good.
Goodbye, Murray Garvin.
8-point lead. Got another timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. And while we have a chance, Speedy, mention a little bit more about this pay-per-view for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Well, once again, of course, the Telcom and Intermountain Cable are having the Kentucky versus South Carolina basketball on pay-per-view. It's the first time this year that that's happened. That'll be Saturday, January the 4th, and the tip-off will be at 7:30. And again, if you call in now, and it costs $19.95. If you want that pay-per-view, just call in, tell our golf to stop by. If you wait till the last day, it'll cost you $5 extra. So get in there and get your name in the hat so we can get you fixed up, and you'll be ready for Kentucky and South Carolina. Again, that's on January the 4th at 7:30.
Sounds good.
South Carolina, a new addition to the Southeastern Conference this year.
Along with Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas also.
The Razorbacks. Aaron Tucker down court to Burke.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Boy, he had lots of time. Just threw that one off the top of the glass. Lockhart drives the basket. Michael has scored 4 points real quick. Down by only 6.
Burke didn't need to take that shot.
Sure did. He had no one back. He just forced it up.
Tucker with it out top of the key and draws the foul.
About an intentional foul.
Got a injured player.
23, Todd Smith. That's his second. In the lineup, Jason Crisp for the Whitecaps. On the
Here
line,
again, I
Aaron
hate
Tucker
keep talking about that rule, but last year you get 2 shots in this situation. Now, if you miss, you can get the ball back and cut into that 6-point lead with still 1 minute and 8 seconds to go.
Big free throws here.
33
Absolutely.
for the Whitecaps.
I don't know if you noticed it or not, but Corey Wright came out of the game with an injury just a moment ago. He's on the bench.
Oh, the ankle injury.
Looks like his right ankle, yeah.
Oh,
It is.
blew the free throw.
Lockhart. Top of the key, Mullins. Back to Lockhart.
Try to get into Garvin.
Mullins dribbles through his legs. Driving the lane. That's number 23, Todd Smith. And boy, the Pikeville Panthers are coming back here. 4-point lead for Prestonsburg, 58-54, and we've got 50 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Pikeville there, third
Yeah,
timeout.
Prestonsburg's kind of buckling under the pressure here right
They're
now.
not taking care of the ball at all. And then, of course, they missed their free shots. You got to hit them free shots to win these close games. Of course, it shouldn't have been close, but they missed the free throw and took a couple bad shots and a couple of turnovers, and Pat was right back in the thick of things.
Tomorrow night, it is the
Not a long time ago, 50
versus the
seconds
Whitecaps.
left to go in the
Be here,
contest.
8 o'clock.
A 4-point lead by Prestonsburg.
And again, Prestonsburg's faced with another tough opponent tomorrow night. They got the Elkhorn City Cougars, one of the top teams in the region, coming in here. So tough back-to-back games from Pike County teams for this Prestonsburg team.
You talked to Coach Randy McCoy before the contest, and he seems real optimistic about this year's team.
Yes, he does. He's more concerned with the district than he is the region. He says if he gets out of the district, then he'll worry about the region, because he says the district's really hard. And here, Pike with another, just about a good turnover.
Kevin Lockhart gets the turnover, but he walks in the process. Aaron Tucker will take it out for Prestonsburg. 47 seconds left. 4-point lead for Prestonsburg.
Oh, golly.
Well, Pike was all over it. They just
draws a foul.
climbed his frame.
It'll be number 23, Todd Smith.
Foul is on
I tell you,
Todd
Pike will
Smith.
miss
That's his
2 or
third
3 good
foul.
opportunities that time to get to steal. And again, this right here is more pressure than
Got to put
Tucker's
them
had
free
tonight.
throws
He's
in.
got to put this in for
Tucker
sure.
at the line for 1 and 1.
Really could be big free throws for Prestonsburg at this point.
First one's up. No good. Pikeville gets a rebound. Lockhart takes it in. Stops
Good
about
stop.
8 foot out. No good. Rebounded by Pikeville.
Oh,
Draw the foul, I believe.
I believe
Shot
that's it for
no
Tucker.
good. Yeah.
That's number
Got 5 on
Tucker.
him.
Aaron Tucker's out of there.
And if that shot would have gone, that would have been a big play for Pike because he had good positioning there for the shot when he got fouled. Just off to the corner a little bit.
Well, just when I said Pike was out of this one, they fought their way right back in.
On the line, number 11, Keith Lockhart.
32 seconds left. Still a 4-point lead for Prestonsburg. But for Pikeville, number 11, Keith Lockhart, will be on the line for 2. First one's up. Good. Narrowed the lead to 3 now.
Pikeville's done in this game exactly what they did against Shelby Valley. This down early against Shelby Valley and come back about the third, fourth quarter.
Second shot,
defense.
no good.
I believe Pikeville gets a possession.
Pikeville's definitely got the momentum here in the last 50 seconds of this game. They're all over that floor.
Lockhart will take it out of bounds.
They should have left him open.
No good. No, he didn't hit anything on that.
Oh, Blair.
Struggle for it. Shot is up and good. That's number 23, Todd Smith.
And Smith has racked up this quarter. That's his 10th point, and 8 of them come here in this last half.
Timeout, Pikeville. That's their 4th timeout.
Pikeville takes his last time out. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Prestonsburg holds a 1-point lead with 18 seconds left to go, and Pikeville was down by as many as 11 points at one time.
I don't think that, I think Pikeville has scored 10 straight points to cut it to 1.
They really turned their defense up, and this Todd Smith from 23 for Pikeville was really turned on, and he's been a big part to this second half comeback.
Ever since the Burke boy first shot up down here, it's been all Pikeville.
Pikeville really showing some gumption coming back here.
Well, it will be Prestonsburg ball. Crisp with it. Takes it cross court, down inside.
Smart play by Fitzer, pulling it out. Oh, golly, we got bodies flying everywhere out there.
Only 12 seconds left. And Fitzer will go to the line.
What we have is Fitzer, he's a junior this year.
The foul is on number 11.
I do believe he is, number 33.
That's his 5th foul.
Big free throws for him. We'll see if he can knock them down. I know Tucker here, with a minute or so left, has missed on the front end of bonus 2 times. Big factor with this pop will come back.
Pitcher used his head but bring the ball back out.
Yeah, he did.
Trying to take it toward the basket in order to draw the foul. Now what he needs to do, like you say, is knock these down, put pressure on Pikeville.
First one's up, no good. Oh. Rebounded by Prestonsburg. Oh, that was picky. That was picky.
Well, I'll tell you what, that could have.
That was picky.
I guarantee Clark put these in, put the pressure on.
The foul is on number 20, Murray Garvin. That's his 4th foul.
John Clark definitely kept him in the ball game well, even though Prestonsburg's got a 1-point lead, but he kept him right in there. Kept the pressure on Pikeville, to say the least.
Clark on the line for 1 and 1. First one's good.
Tell you, he's 11 for 14 tonight at the free throw line. 14 attempts tonight.
59-57, Prestonsburg. Gets one more. Second one's good.
I called him, didn't I? I told you put the pressure on Pikeville. They have to have a 3-pointer to stay in this game.
Well, we were mentioning some of the sponsors a few moments ago, and we failed to mention Martin Engineering, Sandy Valley Hardware, the folks at Williamson Memorial Hospital, and Dameron Welding and New Steel Sales. Those are just a few of the sponsors bringing you tonight's contest between Prestonsburg and Pikeville. We've only got 11 seconds left, and the Black Cats with a 3-point lead over Pikeville.
Kevin, we see this many times, especially in college basketball, and we hear the announcers talking what should they do. Should they foul, or should they let them shoot the 3-pointer? What do you think in this situation? What's the best bet?
I would say the best thing to do would be to try to run a little bit of clock off, put a lot of pressure on them, get them inside half court, and then draw, go ahead and commit the foul. That way they're just on the line for 2, because if you get Murray Garvin out there, he's going to pop a 3. Kevin Lockhart can pop it. Tedrick Evangelista, just about anybody can pop the three-pointer.
Of course, a lot of them says whether you're at home. Of course, Prestonsburg at home, they're going to definitely go for a tie.
You can look for Smith or Mullins too on this three-pointer team.
So they may let them take the three-pointer, but they're going to put the pressure on full court.
Lockhart inbounds to Garvin. Garvin going to stop and pop from three-point. No good, off the rim, out of bounds. It'll be Prestonsburg ball with only 5 seconds left to go.
Pop will be fouling quick as soon as the ball's inbound here, but it's really looking rough for him right now.
In the lineup, Tedrick Evangelista for Pikeville.
Yeah, they just let the clock run out.
Well, this game is over. The Prestonsburg Black Cats win by 3 over the Pikeville Panthers, 60-57. We'll take a break and be back with some post-game festivities, including stats and interviews in just a moment. This is TV5 WPRG Sports. Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. Had to change tape there. We're going to be rejoining Joe back in just a moment. He's down there with Prestonsburg coach Gordon Perdo. And Prestonsburg, of course, pulls off a win tonight over the Pikeville Panthers by 3 points, 60-57. And fellas, Pikeville looked pretty surprising there, coming back at the, in the fourth quarter there.
Pikeville surprised me by making that comeback. Like the boys said from Prestonsburg, they kind of folded. They kind of wanted to get the ball in the free throw shooter's hand, but they couldn't put it in the hoop to maintain that lead. Me and Adam was talking about it about the game coming down here, and I suspected that Prestonsburg would pull off a win, but Pikeville really made a good showing. Both teams real quick, as we said, and real good game. I think just anything can happen on a given night.
And
yeah, Pikeville was a little flat coming out, and they waited there and tried to make a fast comeback right to the last of the game, but just didn't work. And again, Prestonsburg didn't hit their free throws at the last game, which gave Pikeville an excellent opportunity, but I figured we'd see a lot higher scoring game tonight.
all right, let's go back down on the floor with Joe back right now. He's with Prestonsburg coach Gordon Perdo.
Okay. Well, Coach, we're here courtside on the hardwood in the old Prestonsburg field house, the site of so many regional tournaments, and we're talking with Coach Gordon Perdo here. And, Coach, you come out with a tough victory tonight, and somewhat you had it wrapped up a little early, but they let the Panthers right back in this game.
I think it's kind of a get back. These kids are getting back at me or something. They're trying to make me old. Don't know what it is, but we go out and we play well for 3 quarters. We build ourselves a 12-point lead and got every opportunity of just coasting all the way through. And Pikeville comes out, give them a lot of credit. They put a lot of pressure with a lot of quickness on you. But, we didn't step up and make our free throws. Last 2 minutes and 10 seconds, we missed the front end of 4 1-and-1. So you can't win a lot of ball games doing that. We happen to tonight to go ahead and do this, which I think's a credit to our ball club, that this game and the McDowell game, that we've won close ball games without the inability to do that.
What's the key to getting them to shoot those free throws? I tend to think it's a lot harder than what everybody thinks it is. I really believe that.
Well, it's hard because it's mental. We've got good shooters on our team. We've got some of the finest shooters that I've ever coached. It's not a problem for them to shoot the free throw. It's a mental thing, and when it's mental, that's 10 times worse than having anything physical wrong with you.
What was the game philosophy there in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter? You saw your team lose that 15-point lead, and relatively could have lost it easily. So what kind of, in the timeouts, I think Pikeville was calling those timeouts, do you think that they had the philosophy of putting the boys on the line?
Well, I know they did. That's the only chance they had to get back in the ball game. And our philosophy is the same thing that John Clark told you. We said, you get the ball inbounds, you be strong with the ball, you attack the basket, they foul you, and you go to the free throw line and make them 1-and-1. Basically, as a coach, when you get to that phase of the ball game, that's the only thing that you can do is tell them to protect the basketball and then make your free throws, because they're going to foul you. You just have to step up there and make them.
What about the way the team ran the offensive plays tonight? You know, I'm pretty familiar with them. I don't know, you know, went to South Carolina and your Kentuckys and stuff. Did they seem to make the cuts and the screens and the moves the way that you would want them to?
Well, I feel like early in the first quarter we did, and I thought Pikeville, their pressure had us pushed out way behind the three-point lines, which made it tough to get into an offense. But the second quarter we got into it a little better. We talked about it in halftime, and I thought the third and the fourth quarters we did a real good job with our offense. But when you play Pikeville, you don't have a chance really to get in that much half-court offense because they're going to press you. You've got to be able to handle the ball, make the passes, and then get the easy shot, hopefully, off of their pressure.
Where's Pikeville going to head up in their destination? Are they got a lot of room for improvement, and or what do you see for that squad?
Oh, well, definitely. You know, Coach Wallen does a tremendous job. I think with Pikeville right now, they've got about 7 or 8 players that play a lot for them that just came out for football, so they've been working for 2 weeks. When they get their offense on the same level of what their defense is right now, you're going to see a tremendous Pikeville ball club.
What about the Black Cats? Where do we go from here?
Well, of course, tomorrow night we've got Elkhorn City. I told the kids, you know, beating McDowell showed a lot of people in the county, you know, where we stood there. And I felt like, you know, if we can beat Pikeville and beat Elkhorn City, then I think a lot of people in the region will stand up and take a look at us then and say, you know, these guys are a contender.
You know, Randy McCoy was in the crowd tonight. What do you think he'll take back to his team? If you were Randy McCoy and you were scouting Prestonsburg, and you're going to play Prestonsburg here on the hardwood in the field house tomorrow night, what do you think he's going to go back and tell that squad?
I think he'll go back and he'll dress all of his freshmen in JV and have every one of them guys foul early in the game, try to get us way behind, because I don't think we're going to make our free throws. I think that's basically what he's going to do. You know, I think, you know, what, you know, Randy, you know, I saw him here tonight, and he's told us to try to use as much effort tonight as we possibly could. I think that's what we did, but you know, they're going to have to handle our pressure. We put the good defensive pressure, I feel like, on them. They'll have to handle us inside. And then, you know, I feel like we got some good shooters that we really didn't get untracked shooting tonight. But, you know, they'll have to stop those things.
Well, Coach, I guess that about has all that we can talk about now. We'll save the rest for tomorrow morning at 9:30 on the Corner Drug Coaches Show.
All right. I hope everybody can get out tomorrow night. We have pretty good student section tonight, but we need to get a lot more people in this community. I know there's a lot of people home for a break and those type of things, but I'd like to see a lot more Prestonsburg people out here tomorrow night.
Okay.
Well, that's Joe back down on the court side there with Prestonsburg coach Gordon Peridot, and of course Joe back there is with WQHY in Prestonsburg and also the Floyd County Funeral Home, and we certainly do appreciate him getting our wireless mic down there on the field or on the court and getting some post-game comments. We appreciate you very much, Joe. Thanks a lot. Well, fellas, I understand you have some final statistics before we shut down this evening.
Yes, I'll give the scoring statistics here, or however. Let's see, we got Prestonsburg, first of all. We had Joe Witt here with, he had 5 points on the night, and Chris Burke, the big man for Prestonsburg, only had 6 points tonight. And our 2 big scores for Prestonsburg was Aaron Tucker with 16 and John Clark with 18. And Corey Wrights, that went out with an injury in the game with his ankle, had 5 points. And it looks like Eric Fitzer, which come in and did a good job inside for Prestonsburg, had 8 points. And going over to the Pikeville scoring, they was led by Garvin. He had 16 points on the night. J.P. Blair only had 4 points. And the Mullins guy had 9 points. Kevin Lockhart had 8. Keith Lockhart, I believe he just had 1 on the night. Matt Atkins had 2. And Evangelista had 1. And that wraps it up for the scoring tonight.
Well, PD, do you have anything different than Adam has, or have anything to add?
I made a stab, Kevin, keeping the turnovers and the fouls, and looked like Prestonsburg committed, or they had 19 fouls, and Pikeville committed 25 fouls. And, well, that's pretty close. And the turnovers, Pikeville had 13, and Peaburg had 19, which would indicate that Pikeville handled the ball pretty good, and Prestonsburg had to play good ball to make that many more turnovers than Pikeville. So you've got to give Prestonsburg a lot of credit, because this is a real good played ball game, and other than the last minute and a half, Prestonsburg played an extremely good ball game.
Well, with that in mind, we'd like to wrap things up, but before we do, we'd like to thank the sponsors of tonight's contest, Dameron Welding and New Steel Sales, the folks at Williamson Memorial Hospital, Sandy Valley Hardware, Martin Engineering, Brooks Pharmacy, Appalachian Cellular Telephone, Movie Warehouse, of course, that's located at Crossroads Plaza, Pick Pack at Stanville, and the folks at Floyd Funeral Home, and Joe Back, who got us our halftime interview and postgame interview there. So once again, our final score, the Prestonsburg Black Cats 60, the Pikeville Panthers 57. For P.D. Gearhart and Adam Gearhart and Dr. Don on camera, I'm Kevin Myers saying so long from Prestonsburg.
Last one down here.